What's up, programmers? How you doing? I hope you guys are all doing fine, and I'd like to welcome you all to the class number 6 for programmers. Because in data science, we actually have to work treating a lot of data. And in this chart today, we're gonna learn how to plot two different lines, two different vectors. And what is the idea here? Imagine that you have a summer classes, and these summer classes are going from May to September, and the idea here is to do two different lines to compare the amount of men students and women students along this summer class. I know this summer class is just kind of extended, but actually it's just a method to teach you guys. So the first step here to plot the chart is going to the fig, the x, and plt.subplots in parentheses. And since you guys probably remember, to plot a chart we have to tell Python ax.plot for him to plot a line, and we have to tell Python what we want it to plot in the x axis, the y axis. Okay, so the first information is to tell Python what we want it to plot in the x axis. So I'm gonna put here month, since we have 5 months of the summer classes. I want to tell Python first to plot the main information, and so I want to tell Python to plot this line in a red color. I want this straight line, and I want the mark to be a ball or a no. And I'm gonna tell Python that this label is gonna be named man, and that's it. But actually, what we have to do to tell Python to plot a second line, we just have to tell Python to plot a second line. So I'm gonna write here x.plot, and I'm gonna keep on the same method that I did for the first line. Tell Python that I want him to plot months in the x-axis, and in the y-axis, in the second line, I want him to plot 1 month. I'm gonna tell Python here that I want this line to be blue, I want a dashed line, and I want a square to the markers. I'm gonna tell Python that this label is gonna be named women. When I run my file here, I already have the two lines here, two plots. After this point, we just have to come over here and tell Python the additional information that we actually want him to plot. I'm gonna put here all the information that I want Python to plot in our chart to be faster. But the same way that we did in the last classes, I don't want these numbers to be here like 1, 2, 3, 4. I want the name of the months written in here. So what I have to do, since you remember, I have to write plt.xticks and tell Python that I have 5 points here. Okay, but the only thing that this plt.xticks is gonna do is just to erase these middle numbers here. I only have the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but actually I want to have the name of the months in here. So I'm gonna create a new vector named x. I will write here the name of these months, but actually when I run my file here, I won't have the name of these months here, because actually I have to tell Python that I want him to plot this vector inside my code here of the plt.xticks. So I'm gonna write here in the plt.xticks the x vector, and then I have the name of the months in here. Okay, but actually we still have a little problem here, which is this 60 here is still crossing the limit of the y line. So I'm gonna tell Python to do a plt.ylim, which means the y limit, and I want this point here in the y axis to start in the 30, and I want it to end in the 65. So I'm gonna write here 65, and when I run my file, then we don't have the number 60 crossing the limit of the y line. Okay, but I will also put a larger space between the start of the x-axis and the May, and between the end of the x-axis and the September. So I'm gonna tell Python the plt.xlim, and I want this to start in the 0.5 and end in the 5.5, and bam, that's done. Okay, so actually we don't have a lot of data here, but data science is doing this, is you taking your data and treating this. I hope you guys have enjoyed this class today, and I'll be waiting for you for the next classes, which are going to be wicked.